Okay, I'm back on the task of trying to get this P100D rolling again. Well, not rolling, driving. And I'm back to facing the same brick wall. The car just isn't behaving. Something that I found that's kind of bizarre while trying to figure out what may or may not be wrong is I thought I'd understand here. So this is the main fuse box. This big power line at the back comes in from the DC to DC. It's a slight modification actually from the earlier versions, but that's not the subject of this. This is your main 12 volt in basically. And then you've got fuses and then a whole bunch of connectors underneath taking the power out to different places. At the end here, somewhat obscured unfortunately by other stuff, is an SRS, no not SRS, but like a fuse that gets blown by a little explosive charge. You can recognise by this type of connector, it always means that, yeah, that these orange connectors mean that it's part of the, it is part of the SRS system, the safety restraint system. Usually these things blow when you've had a crash, so that it takes out certain systems, I guess, to do with fuel pumping and driving. But looking at this, like as it is in situ, I can't see what it's meant to be connected to. Now I found a couple of little bits of where Tesla, this car was belonging to Tesla before it got flooded, and then they sold it to the insurance company or got bought out by the insurance company, and they've done a couple of naughty little things to this to try and stop anybody, i.e. me, from using it again. The most recent one I found was that actually this little 5 amp fuse was missing, but that didn't fix my problems. Anyhow, that's why I'm looking at this, and I thought, well, what's this bolted to? What does this do? Now luckily this isn't my first dead Tesla. As you can see, I've got a few bits and bobs kicking about, and here I have got a Tesla fuse box from this car's immediate brother. Actually, yeah, from one chassis number older. No, newer, older. Anyhow, never mind. It's got one of those fuses. That's what I was telling you about. So there, great lighting. It's one of those fuses. Now this one's actually blown. You can tell that the back is pushed in, because this was a car that crashed. This lives here. It has these leads here which go on there and there, and they must be some kind of a sensor. That goes and plugs into the underside of the fuse box. But in terms of what this does, I thought this would be the main line into the fuse box. So there's where the main power goes in, and you can see it's just one solid bar along this edge here in there. You can see that these guys' terminals don't connect to anything. So this is completely external of the fuse box except for its little sensor. And so I looked on it here. I was expecting to find something hefty bolted to either side, and there isn't. There's nothing at all bolted. So that's an isolated circuit essentially. And I couldn't quite believe that. I thought maybe that's what Tesla have been doing to mess with that car. And so this little beauty here, this one works. And so, if you excuse the fact that it's being used as a trade vehicle, so here we have cars. Really are just big Lego. Don't be afraid of taking them apart. Here we have the same thing, and seriously, there is nothing bolted there. Absolutely nothing. So kind of bizarre. I'm guessing that it's something to do with regulations that you have to have something that cuts off your fuel supply when you have a crash. You have to have one of those fuses, and the regulations don't really understand electric cars. So yeah, if you've got a better idea for what's going on there, I'm keen to hear it, but seems an odd feature. Alrighty, hope you if you got this far, got to the end, then I hope you enjoyed it. I'll stop squinting into the sun. Alright, see yous.